It's the edge of the world and all of Western civilization. The sun may rise in the east, at least it's settled in a final location. It's understood that Hollywood sells Californication. What's up and welcome to today's live stream. I thought I would just do a random topic today. We're going to talk about and roast and slam on space, NASA, Elon Musk, all the weird things that happen up there, up in the heavens above us. And I'm going to have audience participation. So all the people who are in the chat right now, like Lala, Intuitive Tarot, Marcus Gramad, The Outlaw Swales, Stephanie McGuire, Southern Bell Rising, Alice of Realms, and Janelle, etc., and so on and so forth. Welcome everybody to today's show. Let me get the comments situated here. Hold on one second. There we go. Let me just scooch that down a bit here. Wow, it's 44 people already watching. We haven't even started. That's awesome. All right, cool. So check this out. Whatever you guys want to contribute today. Okay, I don't have like a presentation or anything. I'm just gonna off the cuff discuss the fallacy of space as it's been presented to us. I'll talk about my theories. If you have any questions for me specifically, type in my name, type in @JayDreamerZ, just like Thomas Lambros did. Thomas Lambros knows what's up. There you go. It highlights in the chat over here on my side, so I can easily see those comments that are directed right at me. It actually highlights it. Crunchy B says, Space Ghost. Yeah, I'll be Space Ghost for today. We're going to slam on NASA, Hollywood. You know, I'll kick things off. I'll get it started, okay? The Red Hot Chili Peppers. That's one of my favorite bands. I love, you guys know I do truth in movies and occasionally truth in music. And the Red Hot Chili Peppers are no exception. Like, all of their songs are so deep, and it blows my mind that so many people can listen to to these lyrics and just assume, oh, it must be about they must have drug habits, and that's what they're talking about, or they must be talking about how movies are made in Hollywood, like something obvious like that. When it's obvious to me, they're not. They're talking about arcane, esoteric, hidden, secret information, and they're giving it right to us. They're presenting it out in the open as entertainment. So those who want to be entertained will be. Those who have the ears to hear, to quote a biblical verse, will listen, and they'll get some deep information about the reality of history and the world that we live in today. What's up, everybody? Good to see you. So check this out. One of the verses that they have in that particular song is they talk about dreaming of Californication. Right? Hey, who was that? Thomas Lambros just gifted 5 JayDreamerZ memberships in the chat. That's cool. Check it out. Congratulations to Chloe, When Valkyries Fly, Marcus Gramad, Jesse James 369, and Selena Liu. All of those people just got donated channel memberships by Thomas Lambros. That was very kind of you. Thank you. So Californication, right? Most people are like, I would assume, that they're assuming that Californication refers to like, well, that's when you turn something into like a Hollywood style or a California style of something. That song is not about California. Okay, I know on the surface it looks like it's all about California. Hold on, why are my alerts are behind the picture? That's odd. I don't know why that is. Oh, because I made it that way. Hold on. Let me scooch that up a bit. That way we can see the alerts as well. Okay, cool. Let me test it out real quick. I'll join as a member. How about that? Pow. Well, that's not the picture for a member. I don't know what happened. Anyways, it looks like the alerts are working. That's a fake one. There's no Kevin. It just made it up. All right, cool. So anyways, let's talk about this concept. Okay, it's not California. Okay, it's not California that they're talking about. It's not It's not a state in the United States, and the California lifestyle and Hollywood and movies and all of that. On the surface, that's what it is. But there's a deeper level. There's always a deeper level. Most of these songs in mainstream music and stuff, they're not love songs. If they're a love song, they're a love song to an ancient entity or an ancient historic event that they are hoping will come again, like Black Hole Sun, that comes right out and says, "Black hole sun, won't you come and wash away the rain?" And people are like, what do you think they're talking about? I think like deep down inside, he probably has depression, and the lead singer's depressed, and so no, man. Why are you speculating? Like you have fallen off the edge of the earth with your speculations. They're being very literal. They're being very in your face and straight up about what these things are about. Geraldo, says Jay, check out Chris DeBerg. Don't pay the ferryman. Okay, interesting. I never heard of that one. So Californication. It's not California. It's Californication. It's fornicating with Kali. It's mingling with Kali. And so in order to understand what the song is really about, you have to understand who Kali is. Who is Kali? Kali is a female goddess in Hinduism, sometimes known as Kali Ma, right? Mother Kali, as she's talked about in the Indiana Jones movies, right? Remember Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, when there's that weird bald guy with like the face paint, and he like sticks his hand and rips out the people's heart, and he goes, "Kali Ma, Kali Ma, Shukti De, Kali Ma," and the heart catches on fire, and they're doing all these sacrifices and stuff, right? Remember, there's a good and a bad side to everything. The good side is genuine and pure and uncorrupted. The bad side is usually the inverse of all of that. It's corrupted and it's impure. However, to those that worship the bad side, it's not. To them, that's normal. To them, that's a way of life. They don't think they're lying. They don't think they're deceiving or anything. They think that that there's good reasons to do what appear to others as bad things. Okay, I'm just being fair because I like to walk the middle path. But Kali is a goddess, a Hindu goddess. She's oftentimes seen as a savior type. She's oftentimes seen as the type that stands upon her enemies and triumphs over. She sometimes wears like severed hands and stuff like that, right? The severed hands represent the plasma that comes down from the heavens, from space. Okay. Somebody left me a comment the other day, like, I'm not a real flat earther, or I don't remember how the comment went, but it's because I referred to cosmic plasma. Okay. I believe in the cosmos. I believe that there is stuff beyond the firmament. That's my personal belief or whatever. But nobody has a right to judge others and say, you're not a real this, you're not a real that. I don't need approval. Neither do you. You don't need a certificate. You don't need a diploma. You don't need a doctorate. You don't need the approval of others. You don't need peer reviews. You don't need to bring the receipts. You need none of that to have an opinion, to have a feeling, to have an inclination, to suspect something, to question things. You need none of those things. You're free. Okay? Let me just say that. All right? Now, where the hell was I going with all that? Let me jump back in the chat here. I'm going to try to put you guys' comments up on the screen. Yeah, Kali Ma. I love that. Anyway, so Kali is a female goddess. She's oftentimes portrayed as a dark blue color or black, right? Not that she's African American in the same way that those fallen beings or the Nephilim or those who came down from the heavens, they're oftentimes white, but not Caucasian, okay? My color is going to flip out because my camera's messed up. Sorry. They're not Caucasian. They're white, right? The Kali is black oftentimes or dark blue. And you'll see this theme throughout many religions and stuff, because of what she represents. She represents something that is good and a mother figure and seen as helping to rid the world of evil and bad things, like the red spectrum plasma hands that descend from the cosmos or whatever, from above. Okay. Whenever the dome opens up. And I'll be blunt on this particular live stream. I believe there's a firmament. I believe there's a dome. I believe there's a physical barrier up there in the heavens, as the ancients all said, and was believed in general across the world, across time, for the most part, by most people, which puts it into the majority. right? The modern concept of academics and their narrative is the minority across time. And I'm going to stick to that because that's my experience. Jay is always on one in the best way. Thanks, Eddie. Flat Earth Club card revoked. Yeah, I got it revoked. There's you said space. Oh, you said gravity. Oh, you said this and that. It's like, dude, listen, can you let me speak the way I feel like speaking? Okay, you got to remember, I'm talking to everyone in the world. All right, so can't please all the people all the time, and that's fine. But I try to build bridges to what people are already familiar with, especially those who are maybe not as far down the rabbit hole as some of us might be. Right? We build a bridge. We leave some breadcrumbs. We offer a snack and see if they're hungry and want some more. But we don't force. That's not us. That's not our way. It's forcing things and using absolutes and saying this is and that is and it's a fact and it's absolute and it's empirical and all of that stuff. I don't do that. I'll straight up talk right from the heart. Okay? With no evidence, with no proof whatsoever. Take that. Let's see. Yes, thanks again, Thomas Lambros, for the channel memberships. That was super kind. What's up, CJDV? I see you in the chat. Let's see. All right, cool. Thomas Lambros putting his daughter to bed. All right, have a good night. All right, cool. So anyways, let's talk about more about Kali Mox. So in order to understand the whole quote, space may be the final frontier, but it's made in a Hollywood basement. On the surface, right, for those who are not paying attention, to those who are just amused by the lyrics, oh, they're talking about Star Trek or Star Wars, whatever your deal may be. I like both. I'm a fan of both of them. Okay, I love both of those shows. Most people say, oh yeah, it's a Star Trek reference. Space may be the final frontier. Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the Starship Enterprise. Listen, the whole Star Wars show, I mean, both of them, Star Trek, Star Wars, okay? What they're doing is they're showing you our Earth during different epochs, different ages, and what it was like. And whenever we go through, almost always you'll have some kind of apocalyptic event that's happening. They're always trying to save the world or save, they're basically trying to save the world in every episode on a small scale or a large scale, it doesn't matter. The reason they're always trying to do that, and the reason that the apocalypse is almost always involved in some way, shape, or form, even if it's just symbolically, is because space travelers, or what I call fractalverse travelers, space, let me go back. Space is what exists between two physical objects, okay? Now, technically, if we want to get really, really deep and put on our philosophers' thinking caps, right? For me personally, there is nothing physical. Everything is energetic. Everything is invisible. And anything else is an illusion. It's Maya. It's a veil that's cast. It's a spell that's cast. Okay? I don't want to get too deep, though. Sometimes it's easier just to go up a notch and not be so deep, especially when we first start things off. Anyways, where was I going with that? I'm thinking off the top of the head as we go. And sometimes I distract myself and I go down my own little rabbit holes. So space. Oh yeah, space exists. It's what exists between two physical objects. So if they are out there in space above, right? They're not beyond the dome. They're not, okay? They cannot be beyond the dome. According to my personal research, my experience, my, years and years and years of studying these types of things, the only way to get out of the dome, or the main way to get out of the dome, I should say, because there's always anomalies and there's always exceptions, I think, is for God, or whatever you see as God, to open it, okay? Nature, Mother Nature, God, Goddess, so I don't care, whatever you believe in, something beyond just a human being free to just leave here and go into the heavens. You can't just go into the heavens. Don't you think if it's the heavens that you would need to have heavenly permission? Don't you think that the heavens would be guarded? I do. It seems to me that there's different classifications of angelic God type creatures that are way more powerful than humans that stand guard at the gates of heaven. And if we stand guard at our own gates, or not in some cases, you know what I mean? How much more in the heavens? You can't just go to the moon. You can't just leave the earth and go travel wherever you want freely without going unchecked, without being tested, without showing yourself approved. to go into such a holy place, we'll say, right? A lot of religions obviously refer to the concept of heaven and stuff. Skyfall by Adele. Later Nader, you're on point. I listen to that song all the time. The entire song is about the firmament cracking open and falling. And no, people will say, "Oh no, it's just the new James Bond song." it's just the James Bond song. That's all. It's just Skyfall's like it's the name of this place in the movie. Blah blah blah. No, it's not. Not to me. It's about the sky falling. The whole song. Like she tells you to hold your breath because of the depressurization and everything. The whole song is revealing the plasma apocalypse. Let's see what else we got here. Let me jump back in the chat real quick. I'm gonna try to answer questions too. Geraldo says, Jay, do you have a letter formed on your palm? Oh, letter M. I do. Damn, check that out. This is the physical proof you are a remnant. This is your passport. That's cool. For when the why is this in my front of my face? Hold on. Time out. 1 sec. I got to move that. I'm picky. Okay. Hold on. Where is it? We got live chat highlight. Okay. Let me scooch it behind me real quick, please. Pow. That works. Okay, cool. Yeah. So now it's too big. Hold on 1 sec. Sorry. I'm just fixing it up on the fly here. There we go. All right. This is your passport for when the Stargate comes online and access into Mount Meru. Well, that's nice. I hear you. Thank you. I don't know what else to say. If you have an M on your hand, then it's Meru. Boom. And you get to go. According to Geraldo. There we go. That'll work, I guess. Hold on. Let me make it a little smaller. There we go. That's good. That looks tasty. I like that. All right. All right, boom. Anyways, I like that idea. I do. Because I believe that the spirit creates the physical. The invisible creates the physical world that we can see. The invisible creates the visible, basically. And this is corroborated in the Bible as well. So I could see that there would be some sort of a mark upon people that have a different energetic signature. Me personally, I'm going to go with more focusing on the energetic signature portion than the physical portion, but I like where you're going with that. I like your thought process there. Doesn't everyone have an M on their palm? I don't know. I've not met everyone. Jenna Loves, what's up? Good to see you. Let's see. All right. I don't see my name highlighted anywhere, so I'm gonna continue on. All right. So space exists between the ground and the firmament. The firmament is a solid object. What is it made out of? I believe it's made out of ice. I believe that the gases that go way high up, due to the extreme pressure and temperatures and stuff, that they freeze and they conform to the magnetic field that wraps around the world. That magnetic field shapes those gases because it pushes them away, because the gases are diamagnetic, which means they're opposed to a strong magnet, basically, right? So if they're opposed to a strong magnet and there's a big, strong magnetic field or current around our world in the shape of a dome, we'll say, then those gases are going to be held in that shape. And those gases that are furthest and closest to the highest pressures, which is on the surface and around the dome and stuff, and the coldest temperatures and stuff, they will freeze, right? So if it's ice, and if it's clear ice, then that light can pass through. And that gives us things like the moon being a projection, and the sun being a focal point, and the stars being little focal points, and the planets being little smaller projections and stuff. So anyways, the M, everybody's like asking about the M. I'm looking at it too. Have you guys seen that video where they're like, if you have a mole, if you're a boy and you have a mole, right there, it's like, if you take your fingers and you put your index finger at the crease of your elbow, right there. And then you just put like 4 more fingers out. About 1 more finger away, there should be a mole right there. And I totally have one. That blew my mind. I'm like, I'm a clone. Oh my God. I don't know. I saw that. Have you guys seen that video? Do you guys have that same mole? I'm wondering now. Because I just saw a random video that's like, you probably have a mole right there. And I did. I'm like, oh my God, there's more to the world. There's more to reality than what I thought. All right, let's get back to slamming on space and NASA and stuff. Lala has it. Man, a lot of people are having it. That's cool. All right. Anyway, so space may be the final frontier, right? Oh, it's Star Trek or whatever, right? It's the final front. Listen, the space is the space above us. That's all there is. It's the space in between. In between what? two physical objects, right? Same thing with a hole or a black hole or a dark hole or whatever you want to call it, right? It's a hole in a physical object. There's no hole like Doctor Strange style where you just do one of these wax on, wax off deals and like a portal opens in nothing or whatever. A portal is a doorway. It's an opening. An opening in what? A physical object. That means you have to have a barrier to have a portal, to have an opening, to have a black hole, to have all of that fun stuff. There is a barrier, thankfully, above us. And there is an opening every once in a while. And it opens up, right? And the destroyer, Shiva, since we're talking about Hinduism as well, Shiva comes down and destroys this world and rearranges it in the form of, Cthulhu and the Hydra and all of these things that split and make copies of themselves, which is also what Kali battles against and is victorious over, is this opposing god that makes copies of himself or whatever. Let's see. We got Richard Kemp who says, JayDreamerZ, I was watching the WSL surf competition in Brazil and the ocean was green. Oh, that's cool. I used to love surfing. I miss surfing. But yeah, in green water, I don't know about that. That's crazy. That's one of the omens of the apocalypse, is the ocean waters turning green. All right. So anyways, we got the space, right? The space is between us and the dome. Now, is there space beyond the dome? I'm sure there is, because that's the liminal spaces of what I call the mind of God, or the fractal verse, the holographic universe, the holographic electric universe, however you want to see it, okay? Those are liminal spaces out there beyond, between worlds. These worlds that are Earth-like, and there's many of them, they're enclosed. They have to be enclosed. It's designed that way. They're little houses. They're little worlds of experience. And all of the people grow within those worlds, developing these different experiences. And then those experiences in the form of memory and information and DNA and coding, they need to be retrieved at some point in time. So every once in a while, our branch of the tree of life, Yggdrasil, which connects many different worlds, it sends an electrical signal, just like in the brain, whenever a synapse goes through a synaptic transmission, right? It releases electrical signals and chemicals and stuff. And those little worlds open up. Our world opens up. The firmament opens up and it breaks. The sky breaks open. The heavens break open and the sky falls. Not all of it, okay, but pieces of the firmament will fall down. Which is another implication and a whole different topic to consider and to talk about, right? Especially when it comes to safety and survival and stuff. Anyways, where was I going with that? Oh yeah, so they all open up and then they release the information in the form of things floating up into the sky, getting raptured, getting sucked up, being eaten by the god Kronos, the sky god Kronos, the horned one, right? The heavenly bull with that upside down crescent or whatever. That is that. Let me show you what I mean by that, actually. Okay. So a lot of people have been asking me about the moon, and I try to describe things as best as I can, but sometimes I just need to draw it so you can see it. I like visual stuff. So let me share, not that. What am I sharing here? Oh yeah, that is that actually. Hold on. There we go. All right, cool. So let me just draw what I mean. Okay. So here's our world. This is not to scale. This is not exactly what it looks like. This is just a generality. Okay. That's the surface. Here's the dome. Now, when you get towards the top of the dome inverts into a little inverted mini dome above us. Like I said, it's not to scale. Okay. But it's something along these lines. This is my theory. This is my cosmology. This is all me, okay? I'm not saying this is. I'm saying this is how I see it so far. All right, so now, and there's reasons for the shape too, okay? Now, this up here, this is, okay, and there's also an opening right here. So when it opens up, it blasts an opening at the apex. So all of the gases, they flood up towards this direction. They go to the apex of the dome on each side. They go all the way up here and they blow out a hole in the ice wall or the dome, which would be right here. Okay. So that gives us, when it lights up, we see this object. Okay. It looks like an eye. It looks like a floating city up in the heavens. It looks like all kinds of descriptors that as it's been described in the past. Okay. We see this. It's red. It lights up red because behind it is red spectrum plasma or magenta and whatever, red spectrum, right? So we see a big orb of red in the heavens. Some people think that's Venus, or thought that that was Venus coming by too close to the earth, and it messed with our gravitational pull and all that stuff. Some people see it as Nibiru, right, where the Anunnaki are living on it, and they visit every 3,600 years, and they come by and they jump off their planet and they dive down into our planet or whatever. Okay, I like all of these. I like this. I like it's thinking outside the box, trying to recreate and reverse engineer all of these myths and legends and things like that, right? One moment. Oh, I don't know. All right. So, anyways, where was I going with that? Oh, anyways, this is where the firmament opens, right here. Okay, this is where the firmament actually opens. So there would be an opening here, which would be the iris of this eye in the sky. All right, so this is the visual. I forgot why I was drawing this visual for everybody, but just to give you a visual, a really crude, rough drawing, okay, of my cosmology, of how I see the world, and it's even deeper than that. But this is just a simple drawing, okay? It's a simple version of it. All right, so a hole opens up in the dome. Where was I going with this? Oh yeah, so all the plasma that comes down. Let's choose magenta. Actually, I like magenta for the plasma. Or pink or whatever. So there's plasma outside of the dome, swirling around just like this in a circle. All right, all the way around. So it goes all the way around. I don't want to draw in front of it because you'll think it's inside, but it's not. It goes all the way around, all the way around. And this plasma that's swirling all the way around our world is connected, if I could go up higher right now, to a plasma filament or a corridor or a hallway. This is the Einstein-Rosen bridge that they show you that connects one black hole to another black hole. In reality, it connects this opening, this hole in a physical object, to another world or many other alternate Earths out there that are also experiencing their own depressurization of their atmosphere. And they have black holes that open up, and these plasma conduits provide the halls of the heavens where you would be able to travel through if you have protective gear and stuff, and you can go to another Earth, another Earth realm. All right. Yes, it is Kronos as well. This is Kronos up here in the heavens, right? This is the depressurization. Things float up. All the information in the form of physical objects that contain information, which is coding, right? They float all the way up, and many of them get sucked out. This is the mouth of Kronos. This is the face of Medusa, which has the power to petrify things, right? Turning them into stone and rock, which the myths also indicate that Kronos stopped eating his children when he ate a rock, right? When he sucked up a boulder or a rock or whatever that he thought was Zeus. Anyways, everything gets sucked up and it gets sucked out, and then it goes all the way through these plasma conduits, and then it pops right back down into some other world. It will fall down or float down, right? Because of how buoyancy works, right? Our buoyancy in this world will increase. Hold up, let me. I should probably erase all that. I'm able to. Sweet. All right, cool. So right now, we have like the surface, right? So here's the surface. Bam. I'm just gonna stick with magenta. I already have a surface. I don't need that one. All right, so here's the surface down here, right? And you got people standing on the surface, and they're like, oh, some force is keeping me stuck to the surface. It must be gravity. Let's talk about gravity. I'll slam on gravity all day long. What's up, Angel Luck? Good to see you all the way out in Australia. Good day, mate. All right, so somebody's standing on the ground. They're like, oh, it's gravity. It must be like the ground is pulling me towards the ground. That's not the case. Okay, let me offer you an alternative. If you were standing up here at the apex of the dome itself, you would look the exact same, except you'd be upside down up here. Also, if you were standing over here on the side, on the ice wall, we'll call it, you would look the exact same. It's not gravity, okay? It's not an invisible earth force that's pulling you downwards. It is the pressure that is pushing to the outside of the container that we live on the surface of, okay? Because there's more down here below it. that pressure is pushing in all directions. It's pushing this way and this way and this way. And therefore, the least amount of pressure or the most buoyant area is right here in the middle. Okay, so space, right, is the place with the least amount of pressure and the most amount of buoyancy, right? So this area up here in our heavens could be where things might possibly float and circle around and just fly around in a circle following the jet stream. You know what I mean? Like and this is also helps to account for, because they're in our atmosphere, albeit it's thinner and stuff up there, why they can use spurts of air to move about, because they're not out here. They're in here still. You see what I'm saying? Right? Now, can they get out there? Yes, I believe they can. Or, you know, people are able to get beyond the dome. Oh, I can't go back anymore. All right, that's fine. I'll just delete that. There we go. All right. Sorry. All right. Oh, and I lost my picture. Hold on, I want to draw my picture of the Earth again. One moment. All right, so just a crude drawing. Here's the surface. Boom. It goes up to the top, and then it comes back in at the apex, and then it goes right back down, just like that. There's more to it than this. This is just a crude drawing, okay? So this is the surface world right down here. Bam. That's the surface. Now, let's talk about Kali. I'll tell you exactly who Kali is, okay? But I need a different color. I can't use black because the background's black. So I'm going to use blue. There we go. That's appropriate. All right, so I'll use blue. Actually, let me add a different layer here. All right, one moment. All right, cool. So at the middle of the world, as I've shown you many different times, there is a large, lofty, black, what I call plasma volcano. Okay? I'm just going to draw it like this, a big old M, because that's its shape, basically. There's a plasma volcano. It's black. It's called Rupus nigra. It is the mother that gives birth to, one moment, let me pick the right color here. And we will make that a little bigger. We'll make the opacity less. Sorry, I like good visuals here. All right, so it's the mother to the light, basically, okay? The light that shoots up. All right, this is Vishnu in Hinduism. It is the holy arrow. And all this light doesn't just come from that volcano. It comes from the heart of the earth, which is down here in the underworld, okay? There is an abundant buildup of gases that the earth creates, right, through radioactivity and stuff. The earth creates these gases, and there's pressure that's keeping those gases at bay, because the electromagnetic field doesn't just wrap around the earth and it stop at the surface. It goes down into the earth as well. So there are cavernous places down in the underworld, on the other side of us. Okay, the inverse, the underworld, whatever. You know what I'm talking about? Sheol, all that stuff, the underworld, right? And these gases are kept in there through pressure. They have their own pressure release as well. When they go through their pressure release, all that gas is going to rush through, and it's going to become ionized. It's traveling so fast, and it's rubbing up against the sides of the earth and stuff that it's just like rubbing your feet on the carpet, static electricity, basically. And it will burst out of cavernous openings, specifically volcanoes and stuff, right? And it will rush out. It will become ionized, which means it will turn into plasma. And the color of that plasma will be dependent upon the type of gas that becomes ionized, right? So quite often it's blue. Quite often the color, especially like a baby blue, a light blue, of almost whitish blue color. Sometimes a greenish blue, a really bright greenish blue, kind of like how I have here. Anyways, it bursts out, right? This right here is Kali Ma, this mountain at the middle. This is the mother. This is Mary as well. Technically, Mary would be like the waters that surround this mountain, okay? Because Mary means waters. It means large body of water or whatnot. And there's a lake. There's a freshwater lake that goes all the way around here at the middle of the world that's depicted on many maps from antiquity, okay? Anyways, so this is Kali Ma. This is the mother. Now, when they do Californication, that means they're flirting with Kali. This is Mount Meru, which is responsible, I believe, for all of our intuition, to all of our collective subconscious, to our creative mind, to the right side of the brain as opposed to the left side of the brain. The left side of the brain is more associated with the quote unquote cosmic plasma from above. Hold on, let me change my pen here. All right, so boom. Let's choose magenta again real quick. All right, boom. So all of there's two kinds of energy. This is positive energy. Earth is positive energy. That's why all these people are like ground yourself to the earth, and you know, they're very earthy and earthy, feely, crunchy kind of vibe, right? Earth energy is good energy for the most part, okay? There's exceptions and anomalies. This energy that comes down in the form of these tentacles and plasma snakes and cosmic fireworms from of antiquity and wonderful serpents and stuff. This is divided energy or information and programming and stuff like that, right? Now, this has its source. So this is all connected. This will eventually connect. This will eventually connect. This will eventually connect. And it forms a spiraling hallway or plasma current that goes from here to other worlds. All right, this is just a crude image. It also, I just drew an eye on accident, but that's appropriate because that's the eye in the sky. But let me back up. So Kali fights against division, fights against the hand. When you see the hand references, and if you play video games, you know what I'm talking about. There's infinite references to the hand, some cabal, some group, some evil secret group that's called the hand, or you know what I mean? Like there's always some sort of hand symbolism, hands being chopped off, fingers being chopped off. This is also hair, Medusa's hair, that gets chopped off by Loki, which is this beam right here. All of our myths and legends come from us. They don't come from some faraway place. It's not just somebody made stuff up because they wanted their children to go to sleep one night. They wanted them to remember these things because what you do right before you go to bed plays a big part on what your mind meditates on throughout the night, and the places you astrally travel and go and connect with, and the information that you receive in the form of pictures, which is coming from here. Okay, this is right brain. This is picture form. This is movies. This is images and videos and stuff like that. That's why a lot of people that I've found that are very into YouTube and stuff are more right-brained. This is just me, okay? I have not taken a poll or anything, but that's what it seems like to me, all right? They're very right-brained. They like visuals. They like seeing things. It's like videos and stuff. On the other hand, you have people that enjoy lectures. Not me. I don't like lectures at all. I hate lectures. But that's more left brain, okay? Up here, this is responsible for your left brain mode of thinking. There's a mix of it in this world, and it looks like a brain. This down here is responsible for more of your right brain thinking, okay? So that's why when we break down the movies, we always say brought to you by Mount Meru, right? Because the movies are sharing their truth, but it's truth disguised in symbolism, which is picture form, which is the ancient method, the first language after telepathy, right? Which was mind to mind, spirit to spirit, chakra to chakra. After the energy in our world dissipated and it all, hold on, so man, I'm just like going on my own thing. I didn't know I was going to share all this. But let me share this. So let's go back to my blue color here. That's what we're going to do. I'm just going to teach some stuff here, I suppose. All right, so here's my blue color. We'll put the opacity back down. Boom. We'll bring the size back up. Now, check this out. So here is our world. Not now, because we don't have these beams, these sky pillars, these light pillars that shoot up into the heavens. Occasionally, we get glimpses of them. I've shared with you blue jets and the light pillars that are sometimes seen around the world and stuff, right? But there will come a time that will be the age of light, when light rises up from the earth. All of that ionized gas will burst forth in various places across the world. This one is the largest opening in the world that leads into the extreme west, or the underworld, and it will have the largest light. Who's that? Cat Van Doo. What's up, Cat Van Doo? Oh, thank you. Hey, thanks for she put a thing in the chat to vote for my brother. My brother's in a competition. He loves horror movies and he can win like a lot of money and stuff. And so if you have Facebook and you want to vote for him, you get a free vote. People can also buy votes because it's just a popularity contest. But you can vote for him for free, and he's made it to like the semifinals. So the contest ends November 5th, I think, or 6th. And he's in 6th place, and we keep putting him back into 1st. And so I just want to say thank you. Anyways, I love my brother. All right, so now let's get back to this, okay? This is space up here. This is the space between, boom, the surface and the dome, okay? The surface and the firmament, which is a solid structure all the way around. Other people, you might have a different cosmology. You might have like an infinite dome or whatever. That's fine. I respect that. That's not mine. So I'm just going to share mine with you, and you can take what resonates if you'd like. All right. So anyways, now we don't have this right now. We don't have the lights of the world. Okay. Jesus clearly is only in our hearts at this particular moment. I'm just being symbolic. Okay. But to use religious symbolism, Jesus is only to be found in our hearts. And all of the religious, especially Christians, are waiting for him to return. Although he lives in our heart, right? So it's the light of the world that returns to this earth. And if the light is coming, that means we now live in the dark. We now live in darkness, which I'll tell you exactly specifically what that means. It's not just me being symbolic and using metaphors or whatnot. This fills the world with light. And there's many of these. There's tiny ones all around the world, lesser ones, right? But it also fills the world with energy. It fills our atmosphere with energy. Okay, so imagine this is like an ocean of energy filling up our actual atmosphere. All of it, filling all the way up. I don't know where or whatever, but up there in the heavens. Okay, so the atmosphere becomes electrically charged. And then when it fills up enough, it will make its way down here to the surface, and then we benefit from that. Okay, so all of this will be an electrically charged. It doesn't have to be this color. Okay. But the atmosphere becomes electrically charged. Now, over time, let me take that back. Over time, the energy, once these beams of light disappear, the energy will stay for a bit. There will be a remnant, we'll say, of that energy, right? But because the earth is siphoning the energy back, recharging it down into the bowels of the earth or the heart of the earth, then that energy level gets lower, right? And lower over time until there is no more energy, or there's only little pockets of it. Always anomalies and exceptions, right? There's little vortices around the world where we call ley lines and stuff, which keep, swirling about, and they keep some of that energy. Some of you are born in those places of power or those ley lines or whatever. All right, let's see. Are we roasting space? Yes, we are roasting space. I'm also kind of teaching while I'm at it too. I'd rather talk about like the truth and stuff. But I didn't see a lot of comments about roasting NASA. I think a lot of people are probably actually interested in my drawing right now, so I'm just going to stick to that. Hopefully, I'm interested in my drawing. Oh, you're welcome. Supernatural Life 2 says this is a really good show. Thank you. That makes me happy. I like to hear stuff like that. All right, cool. So anyways, so the energy gets lower and lower and lower. If we're waiting for the light to return, that means we live in the dark. We live in a dark city, a dark world, okay? We live during a time that is, in the grand scheme of time, from apocalypse to apocalypse, from cycle to cycle, we live in the night. We live in the dark. We live during a time when all that energy is going away, which is taking away life and health and all kinds of other things along with it, because it's a lack of energy, which means the amount that we sleep will increase over time. The amount that we eat will increase over time because we need more energy. We're trying to get more energy. We know we're dying. I know, subconsciously. Okay. I mean, I'm not dying. I'm just riding the wave. But anyways, you know what I'm saying, right? This is the Fountain of Youth. This is what my latest book, my newest book is all about. Okay. This particular place, the island that surrounds it, all of that stuff. Okay. Interesting stuff. Space. So Lala says space is stupid. Yeah, the concept of space as it's portrayed is pretty dumb. Okay. So they teach people that all of the stars, let's get back to slamming on space because that's fun too. They teach people, let me get some stars up in here, that all of the stars, pink, 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 all these little stars right here, okay, which are just little tiny points of focus because there's light passing through the dome and it redirects. And there's also little mini domes on the dome, just like this is a mini dome. I mean, it's a really big one. This is the biggest one, okay? That's why it creates the moon, right? There's little craters and domes or whatever that are on the firmament itself, and they create focal points and stars and stuff. Anyways, yeah, so academics will have us look up at that and imagine. This is the time when they use our imagination against us, believe it or not. They allow us only certain doorways, only certain moments where you're allowed to be imaginative or creative. They say, wow, look up at that. Look way out there. And your mind, because you've been hypnotized, because you've had a suggestion planted, it's inception. Okay, the suggestion has been planted in your mind that, oh, you see all those little dots? Those are way beyond, because they take away the firmament from your mind. They take away the dome from your mind, and they have you looking through it like one of those magic seeing eye pictures. You know those pictures? Let me get one of those. What are those called? Hold on, let me see. What are those 3D eye pictures or something? Magic eye? Is that what it's called? Hold on, 3D magic eye. This is what's happening with the whole space deal. So let's get, I don't know. This one works. I don't care. Doesn't matter. 1 second. Boom. All right. So this is one of those things. You've seen these somewhere. Well, I don't know how to do it. Anyways, it looks just like this. Okay. So you've seen pictures that are like this. And if you stare beyond the image, right, then other images, because of how it's drawn, start to kind of pop out at you, when in reality, there is no depth to this. This is the wall. This is the dome. Okay? People are looking at all the little dots. I don't know why you can't see my mouse. Anyways, people are looking, you know what I'm saying, right? Okay? People are looking at the dome or stuff that is within and under the dome, and they're imagining, they're looking way beyond, and they're seeing space as it's taught, the cosmos as it's taught, right? The heavens or whatever, as they're taught. They're looking through the dome instead of looking at the dome and knowing that it's there, and it's there for our protection. Okay. It's good. It's a good thing to be there. If the dome was not there, oh my God, this place would be destroyed all the time. It'd be a constant apocalypse all the time. You wouldn't have a golden age or anything. Okay. You'd have to live inside of the earth. There would be no surface world living. Okay. Anyways, my point is we live during the dark time right now. All right. And because we live in a time whenever all of the energy on the surface is only residual negatively charged energy from the plasma worms, we'll call them. Right? Remember, the plasma comes in like that, right? Well, all this positive energy sinks down, and all this negative energy is on top of it. So it comes down, and this is negatively charged, we'll say. This is bad energy. Okay, it's not really bad, it's just energy. And then the earth energy over here is, we'll call this positive down here. Okay, just take it with a grain of salt. That's good and bad, basically, good and evil, right? So what happens over time is that this energy takes up most of our living world. Whenever this beam is gone, right? I can't draw fast enough to keep up with my teachings, but you know what I'm saying, right? The energy that is here is negatively charged. It's bad energy. Okay. It's satanic energy, you could say. Okay. It's the energy of the enemy, which is the enemy to those of us who are the lost tribes of the tree, which is right here, of life, right? This is the tree of life. All right. I'm getting so off of slamming on NASA. Let's get back to that. My bad. Let me, like, I can't help it. Hold on. Let me do, there we go. We'll take that away. Now let's get back to NASA. Oh, here we go. So you know that 101 says, so you don't believe rockets go out into space? No, I don't. I believe they can when the firmament opens. They will have that ability. They will have the potential to leave this world and go beyond the firmament. But the firmament must open first. Where do the rockets go? They go up and they travel within the space that exists between the surface and the firmament. And oftentimes they either might float around up there in the zero buoyancy portion of it, or they come back down. Almost every time they come back down. And the firmament is way high up. Okay. What else? Oh, gravity. We should probably also talk about gravity too, right? Gravity is like a hinge to all of their cosmology, their narrative, their stories and stuff. It hinges upon this concept of gravity. You take away gravity and then you start teaching people that what it really is its buoyancy, right? Going back to when you put pressure on a closed system like that, you essentially push down the objects that are within the fluid, which is our atmosphere is a fluid, and you push them down and they will sink. Okay. That's not gravity. It's just you're increasing the pressure, right? We have atmospheric pressure that increases and increases and increases over time. All that pressure is going to be released soon, which means the density of objects will correspond, or it will respond, and it will become less dense. Most things in this world will become less dense. Most creations and things that are born into this world will be less dense. The humans that are born into that post-apocalyptic world, they'll be less dense. They'll have very weak bodies, very weak skin and stuff, not very strong muscles in comparison to us today. To them, in the future, it will be normal. It'll just be normal. You will be considered as a survivor superhuman, or a superhero, depending upon what you do with your power. You know, you might be a super villain. I don't know. I might have to fight you one day. All right. Let's talk about space. Remember to get my attention in the chat, because I see you guys are saying some good stuff, but type in @J or @JayDreamerZ so I can see it, please. Stereograms. Kimberly, you're on point, especially with the planets or whatever and how they move. That's definitely a stereogram. Why are they chemtrailing us? I have no idea. I'm not sure. Good question though. Lots of different theories out there. My mind is like more on space and stuff right now. Rockets are real. Outer space is not, says Tasty Waffles. Yeah, I know rockets are definitely real. I don't know about, I mean, outer space to me is the space that exists outside and beyond the dome. You know what I mean? Some people only believe that it's just Earth. That's it. There's nothing else. I'm not one of those people. That's fine. It's okay. It's all right. If all you think is that just this is it and it's Earth, I respect that. That's fine. And I like that theory better than I do all of NASA's garbage. All right. Random Oddities says, if our planet is hurtling, or our plane, right? Our plane of existence. If our planet, see, even the words that we use, they're spells, and they carry with them certain connotations. So that's why, for many of us, especially, I'm not talking about you, but many people that are just starting on their truth-seeking journey, they get so zealous. They still need to shed. They have yet to shed the old verbiage, the old vocabulary. You know what I mean? That still have some of those little hooks of old spells in them. So even like the word planet, I'll say planet too. You know what I mean? Just because there's only so much time in a day. Can't explain everything, but it's really a plane. I mean, I'm sure you know this, but let me take your comment down. It's really a plane. It's a plane of existence. It's the surface world where we live, where the water is level and the ocean and all that. Now, I think that the Earth itself, as far as its physical shape, is more of a bowl shape. The water is level, but the Earth is more of like a bowl shape. Where's I going with that? Oh yeah, that's right. Let me read your comment. If the planet is hurtling through space, why are the stars always in the same place decades later? That's exact right. I mean, what's the obvious answer? Because the stars are not, hold on, we're going ludicrous speed or whatever, right? The stars are not doing that. The stars are not flying through space and all that crap. Okay, constantly spreading out because of the Big Bang or whatever. No. They're in fixed positions. They are reliable for the most part, right? And they're always in the same spot. And we're not flying or anything. The Earth is fixed. It's steady. It's stationary. It is immovable. Why? My theory on this is that the Earth is physically connected to, if you look at, okay, remember how I drew like the Earth? Let me bring this back up. All right, so if this is the Earth, right? There's space. Think of this like a dandelion, okay? This portion where we live is the flower of the dandelion. But down here are the stem, that goes into the underworld, and then the root systems or the mycelial network that spreads out and reaches back around to other planes, other realms, other earth experience places, right? It's all connected. So if it's all connected, it can't really move. It can't be flying around or anything, right? It's all solid. It's all reliable, if that makes sense. All right, let's see. Let me take that down again. Where is it? Nope, that's my book. Bam. All right, cool. So let me jump back in the chat here. You guys are probably more on, like, I'll go off on tangents. Candy Jones, what's up, Candy Jones? Not a real space agency. Yeah, I've seen that one too. How do meteorites get through the dome? They don't. They do not. Meteorites are Earth that has been pulled up in times prior that stay in that 0 point buoyancy point in the middle, right? And there's just the stuff that got stuck in the sky. That's my opinion so far. That's my theory so far. But meteorites don't go through the dome. Nothing does. Nothing is coming from space. There are no comets. This is all my perception. Okay, this is me sharing with you my research and my beliefs and my feelings and stuff. But there are no out there comets flying through, meteorites, meteor showers. All that stuff is electricity, gas, and if there is less buoyancy, the higher up we go to the midpoint, like I believe, then yes, there could be objects that are floating around up there. And they may have figured out how to, go up high enough so that they can have a space station or, whatever they want. But they're not in space. They're like, if I drove from where I live to Denver, because I'm in Colorado, okay, that's how far space is. It's an hour drive away. It's not far. Space, okay, the Kármán line. Not far at all. Okay, it's not super far out there. It's not outer space or anything. The moon is in that space. The moon is up there under the dome. All right, anyways. Let's see. Are there going to be plasma worms flying around in the sky? Yes, there will be. Let's see what else. Does Elon know that he can't go to Mars because of a dome? I don't know what Elon knows. I've never met Elon, honestly. I could speculate all day long, but let's do that. Let's speculate. I'll tell you what I'm speculating. I believe that there are the elite, and Elon is amongst them, especially rich people. Okay, they can do anything they want to because they have $1 billion or more. That's funny. Like $1 billion isn't even a lot anymore. It's so crazy. But what do I believe Elon's up to? Okay, so I believe that there are those who have either been grafted into certain ancient families and bloodlines, and those who have knowledge. Basically, they're survivors of prior apocalyptic events. They have passed on this knowledge of what I'm showing you now and discussing now, called the plasma apocalypse. They have passed on this knowledge from family to family amongst those only who have been and shown themselves to be approved or selected. Okay, it's not just because your bloodline or your family that you just are privy to ancient secrets and knowledge. I don't think it works like that. I'm almost certain it does not. But there are those who are in charge of this world that are getting ready. They're preparing to leave. Elon is a doomsday prepper. NASA is a doomsday prepping agency / exploration of the dome agency to try to figure out how to open it themselves. Okay? So that they can leave. And so that the apocalypse isn't so bad when it does come, because the more pressure you have during the pressure release, the worse the apocalypse is going to be. The more time in between apocalyptic cycles, the more savage of an apocalypse you're going to have. So yes, that's what I think Elon is up to. Okay, I think he is a doomsday prepper, and he's building rockets to prepare for when the time comes when those portals do open. They will leave through the Stargate in the hopes that they're able to navigate, leave this world, and go to a different realm of experience, Earth, alternate Earth. All right, so what else we got here? Let's see. Scooby-Doo. Oh, there's a troll in the chat. Surprise, surprise. Let me read this. I just want to read. I can see the deleted comments. It says the combined IQ of the chat could almost get a D in biology. Oh, you mean in the school system? Fish go to school. It's a school of fish. You're a fish, basically. All right. The combined IQ of the chat could almost get a D in biology. Oh, school, where I need to go get approved by others who have just been told the truth instead of actually researching it for themselves and doing their own experience having their own experiences and, you know, their own checks and balances in life and stuff. Why not ask engineers? I'm an engineer, buddy. What do you want to ask? Go for it. Ask me. I'm an engineer. What do you got to say? Okay. You don't mean why not ask engineers? You mean why not ask the approved engineers at certain institutions that are ran by the super mega rich and the elite of the world who have all passed down a false and fake ass narrative for all of us to be blinded by. That's what you mean when you say, why not ask engineers? Because I'm an engineer and there's millions of other engineers around the world. Internet troll science couldn't get an Estes rocket out of the package. Just saying. Yeah, that's all you're doing. You're just saying. That's it. Just saying. You're minimizing your own comment. Good job, genius. All right, that's enough of you. I don't know how to block that person. If you want to, you can. It's Retro Roman Doomsday and Simulation Channel. Yeah. Bye. Let's see. I'll block you later if I have to. But anyways, take that, buddy. How about that? You got nothing, okay? Okay? Like, listen, everybody, there's lots of trolls out there. And every once in a while, I want to acknowledge them. Every once in a while, not a lot, okay? But let me tell you this. We're not weak, okay? The lost tribes of the Tree of Life are not unintelligent. We're not ignorant. We're not stupid. Just because we don't go along with your retarded paradigm and your narratives and your psychopathic institutions that have been set up from antiquity to control and rule over the people does not make us weak, okay? Just because we're not a part of it. It makes us the minority at this particular point in time. But guess what? The day will come whenever that pendulum swings back the other way and you all will be the minority because the energy shifts and it will change in this world. All right, anyways. I don't even care about debating with most of these people. They're just jocks. They're high school jocks. And that's all they do is make fun of others. Oh, the combined IQ in this chat, blah, blah, blah. That's something a stupid jock bully would say. You know what I'm saying? And my spirit rages against stupid jock bullies that just go around picking on other people because we have fringe and alternative ways of thinking. Screw you. Okay? That doesn't make me weak. It doesn't make me somebody that you want to pick on. I promise you that. We're not weak, buddy. We might be kind. We might be nice. We might be full of good vibes and stuff, but that doesn't mean you're welcome to come in and walk all over us. Okay? Not in this house. Moi Freestyle Life says, this is an awesome show, and I hope that you do more of these topics. Oh, thank you. Smash the like button. Also, thank you very much. Let's see. Scooby-Doo. Angel Luck is in the chat and says, I was going to ask how we see the moon in the other parts of the sky, not just the inverted dome in the center. So we don't see the inverted dome right now. We see a projection of it. At least that's my theory so far, right? Did you just say the moon is inside the dome? Yes, I believe that the projection that we call the moon, that we see in the night sky, the luminary, is a projection. Yes. Let's see what else. Hold on. I'm catching up. Everybody blew it up when I went nuts on the troll in the chat. Yeah, go hide under your bridge, buddy. We're not scared of you, okay? None of us are afraid of you calling people names. That shows how low your IQ is, that you can't hang intellectually with people that are philosophers and discussing deeper thoughts and avenues of life, okay? So you take your insults back under your bridge, okay, with the Red Hot Chili Peppers, and go pound sand. Derek Kared says, JayDreamerZ, my buddy has 24/7 video, regular, and infrared, and sees all types of spheres and objects flying around. Yes, he puts the videos on a small YouTube channel called UFO Channel. Yes, I like that you pointed that out because, as I was talking about the plasma and the electric field and the electromagnetic field and stuff, oftentimes plasma doesn't always manifest in the visible light spectrum that humans can see. All right. Sometimes it gets close where it's in the infrared, right? Or other spectrums, but these cameras can pick it up. So that's why so many people can see these orbs floating around and moving around and clearly look like they're intelligent and stuff on camera, especially like closed circuit, TV cameras and stuff, but they can't see them with their eyes sometimes, right? And when they start to see them with their eyes, sometimes they might be like a translucent ball or whatever they might be. But yes, I'm glad that you said that. It got me all hyped up, man. Yeah. Phew, man, that's insane. These people, man, these people think because they rule the world, they can just talk down to anybody. Boy, you're a slave. You know what I mean? You think you are? You think you're a good little slave just because you're slamming on all the people that are free thinkers or attempting to be free thinkers? No, you're a bully. You're a bad person. That's all you are. Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. Kevin. Yeah, Kevin knows what's up, buddy. Bam! Right there. Strong in mind, in spirit, in will, in shape, in form, and lifestyle, and walk. Always growing, always changing, always moving forward. Why is he watching? You know, because he's interested. That's the reality. He's interested. He just, you know, doesn't want to admit it. Let's roast NASA. Let's do it. I'm all for it. Let's do it. Hold on, let me bring these comments down a tab because we can't see people's names. Hold on. Where is it? Where is it? Comments. Where did I put the comment? There it is. Scoop. All right, there. Now you can see how many people are watching. 318 people. I'm honored. It's nice to meet you all. Oh, by the way, I want to give a shout out real quick. All the people that pre-ordered my books, or at least my newest book, right? I went to the post office today. I sent out mini packages. I'm excited for you because there's some surprises in there. But I want to give shout outs to all these people. You will be receiving your books, your orders, your merch, and all that stuff here soon. I'm just going to use last initials, okay? Because I don't want to give out people's info. But Richard J, Rebecca H, Adam L, Eric T, Jason P, Gregory M, Perry E, Kim F, Stephen V, Beryl R, Emery K, Ian L. Oh, Ian L, if you're listening right now, okay, Ian, and then the last name starts with L. I need your address. So if you happen to be listening, please email me, right? My email address is on my website and stuff. I think it's on here too. I can't remember. It's just JayDreamerZ.guest@gmail.com. I need your address because it was not provided. Jennifer W, Kathleen M, Melissa F, Jared P, Sarah C, Elizabeth B, Chuck M, Daniela S, John L, Alex P, Steve A. Oh, Steve A. Oh, I'm sorry, Steve D. Middle initial is A. But Steve, if you're listening, I don't have your address. I need your address. I'll make a post on my community section just to remind these two people I don't have your address and I need that so I can send you your package. Ronnie S, Giovanni M, and Joseph A. Those are all of the people who did pre-orders. That's not all the people who did recent orders, okay? So those are different. All right, anyways, I just want to say thank you to all of those people. All right, what else? Where was I here? Let me jump back in the chat. J Rocks trolls suck. I know, right? There's just the whole world's a troll. It's a troll world. It's an Illuminati world. It's a troll world. They love this crap. They love NASA. They love NASA's the government. You know what I mean? They love paying taxes. Oh, I love being robbed. Let me be robbed all the time. Let's just rob me of all of it. Just give me benefits. I don't even need to get paid. I guarantee you that's probably what it's going to lead to. They're probably just something's going to happen. They're going to take away income, period. They're just going to say, everyone gets benefits. You get a benefit card. Allows you this much food, this much shelter, this much this and that. You don't have to pay rent ever again. And all the lazy bums in the world that don't like to work for themselves or, you know, provide value to others, they're going to love that. They're just going to sit at home all day long and eat Cheetos and do nothing and troll the internet all day long. Benjamin says, I love when Jay goes off on trolls. I feel the same way. Yeah. I'm scared zero of any troll in real life, which I've never met one. They only exist. They're fantasy. That's why they're called trolls. They don't exist in real life. You got nobody knocking on my door. Nobody showing up where I live to spout off some dumb crap in my face or anybody else's because they don't have balls. Excuse my language, you know, but you know what I'm saying. Okay, they don't. They're bullies. They're bullies in real life. They like to pick on people. They like drama. They love what's that word? Sarcasm, right? And it's like sarcasm to me is evil. Okay, I know. I'm sorry. I know a lot of you guys are used to sarcasm because you live in a satanic, evil ass world. But sarcasm is evil. Okay, lying. It's lying. It's saying something you don't mean. And in this joking way, ha 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 ha. It's not funny. I don't find it funny whatsoever. I hate sarcasm. And I don't like it when people are sarcastic. I don't get the joke. It doesn't resonate with me. I like truth and honesty. And it's just, it's not tactful. I don't like sarcasm. But the whole world is sarcastic. They all love sarcasm. I don't. I'm not one of those people. Let's see. What else we got? Saw pictures of the moon. Yes, so the moon is insane bright. If you go to my community section, I took pictures. Listen, the moon was so bright, and I'm not the only one that was saying this. The moon was so bright. Have you ever stared at the sun and then you look away and blink and you can still see the sun, like in, wherever you look and you're blinking or whatever, like you get like this after effect glow or whatever. That happened to me with the moon. That's how bright it was. And it's so bright, like I can't even focus on the bright parts. I can only see like the crater parts or the, what do they call them? The lunar oceans or what, I forgot what they call those things. Damn, it's on the tip of my tongue. Anyways, my point is my eyes couldn't focus on it, that it was so bright. Casting crisp shadows. I took a picture of my silhouette. Crisp, perfect, just like how you see right now. That's a different kind of light source. That's more of a focused light, which tells us that the conditions, our cosmology is changing. It's shifting. Something's happening. The light from the moon used to be and should be diffuse, which means more spread out, which means shadows are more like the shadow you see behind me when I move my arm. You see that? Hold on, let me put my... Okay, so that's my hand. Okay, right here on me right now, let me move it. You see that? That's my hand. That's a diffuse light, okay? Because there's a cover on the lamp that I'm using in that particular direction, okay? That's a diffuse. This is what shadows used to look like right here outside. Can I get a better one? See how I get closer? When I get closer and closer, it's more crisp. You see the shadow of my fingers? Okay? That's whenever the light is more focused and it's closer or whatever. Anyways, the light of the moon is changing. The moon is a luminary, and when the luminary starts to change, those are omens that take us into the next polarity shift. Matt says, JayDreamerZ, the moon doesn't seem that far away, as they say to me, and the sun and the stars for that matter. Am I the only one? No. I think those are really close. I mean, comparatively speaking, not billions of miles away. I don't even know if there's a such thing as billions of miles away. Do you think that they are far apart? Or I'm sorry, wait. Do you think that they are that far? No, I don't agree with any of the fantasy of the Hollywood basement theory of academics, okay? Projection and what is heavenly bodies. I don't know what that last part means, sorry. Oh yeah, he's a fan. I'm sure he probably is a fan. Do you think that, let's see, to keep people, I don't really want to talk about that right now. Let's talk about space. Let's see, yeah, how dare you think for yourself, huh? And how dare you not be like us? You see, that's a problem too, even with truth seekers, okay? And there's various little branches of truth seekers and stuff, right? Different levels, and it's sad to me that they all oppose one another quite often as well, which is just as evil as as the academics that I broke out of. What was I talking about? How dare you think for yourself? Oh yeah, anyways, my point is there's two sides to the coin, right? It's not just the trolls and the rest of the people in the world. That's why it's important for me to do a self-diagnostics. I need to be careful when I pick up that flag. I threw my flag away. I'm an explorer. I'm a wanderer about the world. I'm constantly growing. I have no place to call my home, okay? Because it's all my home. I can't put a flag in everything. That's how I feel. These people become planted. So they'll dig a hole, they'll crawl out of it just to fall in another one. And the next hole that they fall in is the whatever new revelation they just got that they hold on to so tightly that they can't move beyond and take that with them and take what resonates and go to another place and grow and become even stronger and better and bigger. You know what I mean? So it happens in the truth community too. There's trolls. I like it. You know what gets to me? Anytime somebody says globetard, I hate that. That's the same thing as the guy that just made the comment. You know what I mean? That's bad. People should, I'm sure people already know. We're the Good Vibe Tribe, so people already know. We don't speak like that here on my channel. I don't. You don't hear me using that kind of garbage language. And if you did, you'd probably see it in my chat, right? Because like attracts like. My vibe attracts the vibe of all the people who are watching right now, or many of them. Okay, I should say. But I don't go around calling people globetard and stuff. I used to believe in the whole globe model and stuff. It doesn't mean I'm stupid. It just means I'm ignorant. It just means that that's my level of development thus far. Okay? And it takes a gentle nudge sometimes to get people to see beyond, right? Sometimes they need a boost, which means you need to be a helping hand, not a punch in the face or slap in the face or whatever. All right. Matt is in the chat and says, JayDreamerZ, I noticed the moon was super bright. I know, it's insane bright lately. Carmen Payne says, JayDreamerZ, it's shining on one straight beam of light across the lake. It isn't spread out. Yeah, it's more focused. All that, hold on, let me jump back to my little picture here. This is very important. I'd rather talk about the important things than like make fun of NASA, but we can make fun of them along the way. It's a car ride. It's a road trip. Anytime you guys join me on a live stream, it's a road trip. We're taking a road trip. Let's see. Hold on. Boom. All right, sweet. All right, so what was I pointing out here? Oh, right. So why is the moon becoming and the sun becoming brighter and more focused? It has to do with the plasma that is back up here. Remember I said there's plasma coming downward. Okay, it's moving downward, but it's also spiraling. So it's actually spiraling downward around our world. Okay, it's spiraling all the way around this whole thing. That's why all the stars move in that direction. That's why the sun moves in the direction that this cosmic plasma that's coming through the dome, or the light. It's not the plasma coming through. Okay, plasma cannot get through the dome, but the light from the plasma can. Just like I have a plasma ball, you can see the light through it, right? But the plasma can't escape. Plasma can't penetrate a physical object, to my knowledge so far. Anyways, my point is, why all of these luminaries, okay, from the stars to the moon to the quote unquote sun, why are they getting more and more focused? Daylight used to be spread out like this, right? But it is no longer. Now daylight is smaller. Oops, like this. It's because the light above is no longer going from here to here. It has shrank. So it goes from here to here. And that light refocuses. God, this is getting pretty deep. But my point is, it's the light is focusing. It's getting narrower and narrower, which leads to the shortening of days, which leads to the moon getting incredibly bright, which leads to the sun getting incredibly hot and incredibly bright as well. And this is all prophecy too, in the Bible at least. All right, well, that's as far as we go. All right, next up. Let's see, what else? What else? Let me just jump in here. This is better than a Q&A. I was just like, I guess I'll do a Q&A today. Great show. Is the moon a robot? No, I don't believe the moon is a robot. I don't believe it's a rock, and I don't believe it's AI. To me, the moon that we see in the sky is a luminary, and it simply is a fancy word for light. That's all it is. It means light. It's a light in the sky. Now, it has pictures on it. So a light that has pictures or makes pictures is an image. And that image, if it's not self-created, it is being projected, right? So it's just like the movie projectors, you know, the old-fashioned ones, right? The light comes from here, but it's projected onto the screen of our atmosphere above, right? So it's a projection. Coffeehead Duck says, hey Jay, do you think the Seinfeld show is base? You mean like, you know, like base? Okay. No, I mean, I don't know. I like Seinfeld sometimes. I don't really watch TV anymore, but when I was a kid, I did. I used to watch Seinfeld sometimes. I believe there's truth to that. There's truth to all of these things that to me are base. Okay. When I say base, I mean low energy, low frequency, low vibration, just like percussion and a bass percussion or drum, right? But those things have their uses. That's fine. And I'll find the truth in Seinfeld or whatever too. But On the other hand, there's nothing wrong with just grounding yourself and forgetting about all of the facts and the crazy search for the truth and all this stuff. Sometimes I need a break. I play video games. Okay, that's what I do. And often I can't escape it even when I'm playing video games, but that's why I try to play like fast-paced video games that require quick thinking and stuff. Or role-playing games and stuff. I like that too. But yeah, you can, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. Nothing wrong with Seinfeld or any of that kind of stuff. Whatever floats your boat. It's your boat. You are the captain. I'm not one to judge other people and say what you do is wrong. I'm saying I don't choose to do it. Okay. Anyways, no soup for you. All right. JayDreamerZ, I'm sorry if you already talked about it, but have you seen or heard the movie Fly Me to the Moon with Scarlett Johansson? Scarlett Johansson. This movie is basically a confession of what they did. I have not seen that one yet, but I'll keep it in mind now that you recommended it. We got, who else? Random Oddities is in the chat and says, I got trolled in a stock market chat that I'm a part of for telling people there's a moon phase indicator for trend changes. Yeah, that as above, so below. It's all resonant energy, right? So whatever happens up in the heavens will reciprocate down here on Earth and vice versa. You're right. I totally agree with that. People really don't want to keep an open mind, but rather bash others. I feel you. I'm sorry, man. But guess what? The good news is we're here for you. I'm here for you right now in this moment. I'm here for you. I understand where you're coming from. And I validate what you're trying to teach and help other people out with. Okay. There's truth to that. So good job. Keep it up. Joshua Adams, say thank you for the golden jelly. I appreciate it. We got Christian Gonzalez who says, hi, Jay. I love your channel, brother. I got another super chat. Richard Kempf. Oh, thank you again. Both of you guys. Christian Gonzalez says, I love your channel. Do you think that they have a treaty around Mount Meru? No, I don't. I don't think they can get there. I think they're getting as close as they can right now, but I'm not sure. I mean, ultimately, these are the things I'm currently speculating on and about. So I'm glad that you asked me this question. Do you think they have a treaty around Mount Meru the way that they have one around Antarctica? To stop us from going there and escaping the event. I don't know. When it comes to the North, it seems like they did, but that if there was a treaty, it's quickly falling apart. It's quickly breaking. Let me get rid of this drawing. Is that it? Yeah. So if you watch my Omen segment, we have talked time and time again and brought up all these articles and stuff about how the countries in the Northern Hemisphere specifically, and some that are beyond, are inching their way into the Arctic, getting closer and closer and closer. And all that property in the form of, ocean water and islands that are emerging and all this other stuff, they're highly interested in it. When they, according to their models and their narratives, there's really no reason for them to be interested in it. Even if you talk about it's a shorter way to travel. No, it's difficult to travel and fly over the magnetic North Pole because it will disrupt your systems and stuff. You know what I mean? It's not that crucial. And yet, all these countries are creeping up, surrounding the camp of the saints, getting closer and closer, waiting for the time to come whenever they see some sort of entity or lights or whatever they'll interpret it as at the north, in the north area. And then they'll all panic. And then there'll be talks of aliens and Project Bluebeam and all this stuff. And then people go into a panic. And then they'll start declaring war. And then they're trying to get back into Eden. But they don't belong. That's the problem. Just as they don't belong in the heavens, they also don't belong in Eden. Their energy does not match. It's an energetic incongruence. Is that right? Inconsistency? It's an energetic inconsistency. They can't pass through because they don't have similar energy. Their energy is different and it's unwanted. Excuse me. All right, next up. What else? Let's see. Turning the phone upside down. Interesting. Random oddities. Let's see. Oh, thumbs up to me. Kevin Yost. Thank you. Pepsi for Jay. I don't have a Pepsi right now. I do have some in the fridge. Damn it. Does the moon recycle souls? And where does this myth come from? Okay, cool. I will tell you. I will show you, actually, quite clearly. my theory on that. Here it is. So here's the world, right? I can't get rid of this one. But anyways, pretend like this little plasma snake is not there. Now, there's an inverted dome, as we talked about, right? I'm going to use the color blue just to differentiate. This is the portion of the dome that bends downward. It's an inverted dome. So when I talk about the inverted dome at the apex of the firmament, I'm talking about that bad boy right there, okay? It's a crude drawing. You'll have to forgive that. But anyways, this is the real moon, okay? This is what I believe is the #1 candidate on my list so far that is the source of the projection that we see in the sky. What do I mean? I mean, this is the actual moon, okay? This right here is the actual moon. And this is the glyph for the letter D in ancient times, which means a doorway. It was turned into a triangle, but it's a delta. This right here is a delta. It means a door, okay? This is the Stargate. This is the original moon. That is the moon that is up there right now. And it will burst open. It will crack. The moon will fall. In ancient times, they called the moon Sin or Sheen. The eater, right? The letter, so this is getting kind of deep, but there's a letter, it kind of looks like a W in modern Hebrew, and it's got these little squigglies on top. Like that. Not a W, it's the letter SH, basically, okay? Some people couldn't pronounce SH, so to them it was the letter S. It was a S sound, but it originally is more of a sh sound, okay? This is Sin or Sheen. Benjamin, high five. Thank you so much for the golden jelly. I appreciate it. See, now I'm getting so deep, I don't want to like confuse people. So let me get rid of that. All right. My point is, what was the question? Does the moon recycle souls? Yes, it does. So this is the original moon. This is the physical moon, the actual physical moon that creates the projection into our sky, I believe, so far. It will crack open. Okay, so it will crack open. There'll be a hole in the moon. The moon will break. Okay, it might not be round. I don't know. But there'll be a hole in the moon. And all of the souls, let me make like souls real quick. We need green. I need green souls. All right, boom. We'll do that. We'll do that. And then we'll do this right here. We're just going to make some souls real quick. All right, so let's say this is the Aurora Borealis, right? All the way around the North Pole up here. This is a river of souls. I don't know how else to explain that. And that's the way that the Inuit, the ancient Eskimos, and others around the Northern Hemisphere describe that. That's a river of souls, okay? It's energy, it's plasma, or ectoplasm, you could say. Now, this is going to get sucked out first by the moon. So when the moon opens up, the real physical moon, this is all going to go up and out. These souls will be the firstborn of this world. They will leave first. They will be resurrected. They'll get out of here first. The northern lights will go bye-bye. All the gases, all the ionized gases and stuff that are up here, the northern lights and stuff, they'll get sucked right on out. And so in that respect, the moon eats the dead. The moon eats souls. Pac-Man eats ghosts, etc., and so on and so forth. All right. Is that it? All right, cool. Hey, thank you so much. Oh, Joshua, thank you so much. Thank you for your donation. Love and peace right back to you. Richard, thank you for your donation too. I hope I didn't miss anybody. But thank you very much. I appreciate all of the support. It's just me. I'm a single dad. I'm just a one guy, and everything, this is my job, okay? My job or whatever. Being an author, being a YouTuber or a presenter, I like that better. And a website owner. These are how I make money and how I pay bills and keep the lights on, and I'm able to, keep my equipment and make, merch and books, and all the things that I do comes right back to all of you after it goes to my family. So my son specifically, my daughter, I take care of them. I take care of me. You know what I mean? And I'm not rich. It's not a lavish YouTuber popular lifestyle, but it's enough for me to get by and to do what I love doing. So I love it. And I'm thankful for every donation and everything. So thank you. Like Outback Bear with the little koala plushie. I like that. Oh, I'm working on, thank you so much for your donation too. I don't know what AED is. Where is that? Are you? Oh, you're probably in Australia. What kind of money do you guys use in Australia? Yeah. Oh, Tony makes a good point. The dead shall rise first. Where do the souls go? I like how you're thinking. Yes, that is a good method of thought. That's called asking the implication, right? Too many people just plant their flag when they can go to so many other places through the implications, right? Where do the souls go? Ah, they go into the fractal verse. I'll leave it at that just for now because that's a whole nother conversation. Dubai? Is that where they go? The souls go to Dubai? Or are you live in Dubai? Dubai looks fun. That's cool that you live in Dubai. Dubai looks fun. Man, there's so many cool places I'd love to check out in Dubai. I've been close. I've been to Kuwait. I was stationed in Kuwait. I never got to go to Dubai though. Kuwait is not Dubai though. You already know. Kuwait is the ghetto area suburb of Dubai. Okay. Kuwait's kind of dirty. I don't know. Sorry. If you live in Kuwait, I'm sorry. But it is that was my experience. Kind of meh. I don't know. Not that good. What else? Oh, everyone's being kind. Thank you for all of the compliments in the chat. Oh, yeah, the Soul Train. Oh my God, you're so right. Cassandra says they go to the Soul Train. LOL. But that's not a joke. I mean, that's funny. I think that's funny because it's the Soul Train, right? That's exactly what I thought about when I watched the new Beetlejuice movie because they have a soul train. They have a soul train, an actual train full of souls. Man, I'm gonna have to do a video on this. It's in the movie Ghost. There's a soul train. There's a soul train in the Matrix. Basically, there's all these versions of a soul train, a train where the dead are. What's that movie? Oh, I'm thinking of one from the 80s. You guys probably don't know it, but it's called Oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. My brother. Where's my brother? I need my brother. He knows what I'm talking about. The Heavenly Kid. There's a movie called The Heavenly Kid. If you have not seen that, I highly recommend it. It's a great movie. But it's from the 80s. And they have a soul train on that one too. The dead riding trains. What's up with that? Right? Those are the plasma conduits that go from here, the Einstein-Rosen bridges that go from here to other worlds, like I was talking about. You're right on point. That's the soul train. Very good. Kenny, LOL, just gifted 1 JayDreamerZ membership, and congratulations to Sharon Bostock, who picked it up. Very nice, very nice. Hey, thank you, Kenny. That was super thoughtful. Oh, it's actually Kenny. Kenny, welcome back from the dead. Kenny probably took the soul train to get here tonight. Thank you, Kenny. That was very kind. All right, a couple more, and then I think we'll take off because we had a good conversation, and I'm satisfied. Jay, oh, I already said that one. Sage Mo says, Jay, what do you think about aquanauts underwater stations? They live in the way they explore the ocean like Star Trek did space, and why they never talk about it on the mainstream. Ooh, hold on, let me reread that. Oh, yeah, so just people down in the ocean and stuff. I don't know. I believe that people are exploring. The reason I believe that the governments explore the deep ocean territories is because there are openings that go into the hollow recesses of the world down there, or that's the places where it would open if not for the insane amount of pressure and electromagnetic barriers or force fields basically that exist down there. But I believe that they're interested in the ocean bottoms, which are probably way harder to get to than like Antarctica or whatever. Because of that reason, because they want out of the surface. They want off of the surface. They want out of this world. And it's very likely that there might be subterranean areas down there still that are just above the barriers themselves. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there are. All right. What else? Oh, here we go. AUD dollar in Australia is roughly 66 cents to the United States of McDonald's. Oh, sweet. Right on. The more you know. Souls go to Ohio is... Okay. What is this? Can't say monad on YouTube? What are you talking about? Why not? You can say monad. A monad. You can say that all you want to. Go for it. Unless you're, as long as it's appropriate, you could say monad, sure. The back rooms, up in smoke. Yes, you got it. That's what the back rooms are. Oh, God, listen. I know most of you guys are like around my age, but I wish I could get the younger people to listen to my presentation on creepypasta, Fantazoids, and the back rooms. Because, oh my God, it's true. I mean, it's true. It's insane, man. Like the back rooms are the rooms, the liminal spaces between the worlds out there in the fractalverse. And even under our world too. All right. What else we got? Man, it makes me happy when other people know about the back rooms and stuff like that. My son knows about it. Joshua Adams has a question. Jay, do you think that we've all been riding the soul train? Hold on one sec. Is that it? Yeah. All right, cool. Do you think we've all been riding the soul train for eternity, going to and from different parts of the fractal verse? Yes, I do. I like how you actually posed that question. So yes, we just have different stops along the way, right? The body will be shed. You'll ride the soul train once again. You'll go to alternate Earths. You'll get a second chance doing, making decisions that you'll go left next time instead of right. And you got to cover all the bases to have all the different experiences and stuff. So yes, I do believe that we're all riding a soul train in essence, right? There's different stops along the way. What else? Jonathan Hubert says, JayDreamerZ, what do you think about the Marine Kingdom? I'm not sure what that is. Are you talking about like Aquaman? I'm not sure what you're talking about. I like it. I don't know. I like the ocean. The ocean's a scary, creepy place, though. I'll tell you that. All right. I believe that's going to be our show for today. Hey, thank you all. 348 people watching as of right now. I'm honored. It's nice to meet all of you. You don't have to like, you don't have to subscribe. You don't have to do any of that stuff. I just want you to have a good time while you're here. Take what resonates and grow. That's my wish for all of you. All right. Until next time, I'm JayDreamerZ saying good vibes and goodbye.